Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our specialty class today. Today, we're still using scraps as we did over in Crafty Monday, because it is something that I like to make sure that you use everything that's in your card stash. I've got a lot of scraps that I'm using up. Hi, Tanya, how are you? I'm quite sure you all have a lot of scraps laying around that you want to use up, but how can we make it look like a nice card by using our scraps? And yeah, so hi Kaz, how are you? So this is the one we did this morning over in Crafty Monday. We did it with using all squares. So these are all squares that we use, but today we're going to use, I don't know how many strips I've got. I have got lots of strips. So I thought, well, let's see what we can come up with all these little strips and use these. So let's come down to my workbench. If you come on, don't forget to say hello. If you're watching the replay later, welcome, and don't forget to join into the comments. So there's two ways that you can cut your card. You can cut your card long ways like this, so it's in centimetres now, 29 centimetres by 10.5. Or we can cut it this way, which is 21 centimetres by 14.5. So it just depends which way you want to go, but I'd like to go long ways this time. Okay, so I'm using basic black, but I want to come in to bring in my strips. I'm going to add them to this piece of cardstock here. So this one is 13.5 by 9.5. And I'm just going to measure these strips. I'm not sure how wide they are. This one's 1.5. I wonder what this one is. Oh, this one's just a little bit, nearly the same. Nearly the same. So I'm going to go 1.5 across the top. So I'm going to add my glue here. I'm just going to add it across the top here. And I'm going to add this, that it actually sits right up to the top of this paper that I've already cut. So I'm using this sort of like a template. So, and then I'm just going to flip him over and cut him off. Then I'm going to put some here. And slide that across. Now you could just do it at the top and the bottom if you wanted to. And turn it over, it's easier to cut. But we could, this is a bit different size, not much, but a little bit. But I can bring this in here and see which way I want to go. So I'm sort of going to go put that in there. And I'm just going to bring my paper snips in and cut that. So this piece is, we can cut it first. 6.567, 6.7. I might just take a fraction, make that sure that's straight. And I can do one on the other side as well. So just line that up. If it's easier, you can always turn it around too, so you've got the plain colour to see when you're cutting. And let me just see how this goes. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, I think we'll put them in. So this time I'm just going to stick it onto the designer series paper. And like I said, I'm using this black piece as my template guide. That way, if you want to, you can raise it up from the base of the card as well. Okay, make sure we have that slit in there. And then let me see what size this is. We could go a little bit bigger with this piece, so let's work this one out. We could go probably a 0.5 bigger on this. This is a scrap. So what size is this? 9 by 6. So how about we go 6 by 9.5. Let's cut one of them. Oh, I wonder if this piece of scrap, I've got scraps everywhere. I wonder if this scrap piece will fit in. So we want 9.5. Oh, that's going to fit. 9.5. Just, but we can get rid of that a little bit. And we can turn it around to 6. 1.5 by 6. Does that fit in there nicely? Oh, I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So we're going to stamp on this piece. So we're going to come back with our little house here. But we have a bigger one in here. So let's go with the bigger one this time. I'll clean that in just a minute. Just sit it on top for a minute. So I know it's going to be cleaned. And I'm just not quite sure. I think I've got my cleaner here. Okay, I've just found it. Okay, we've got our cleaner here, so let's, oh, I got my nice new cleaner. I actually got rid of my old one because it was really, really grotty. So I'm just going to stamp this off a little bit. It's always nice having a clean one, but it doesn't stay clean for very long. Not when you're using blacks and all colours, but that's okay. That's what it's there for, is to clean our stamps. Okay, so we can come in with a momentum black. So I'm just going to come over this. This one seems empty. I'm going to grab my other one. Oh, this one feels like it's been filled in one spot. Have to be a bit mindful. Okay. You do have to be careful when you're filling your memento and that you get it, try to get it nice and even, because this is what happens. See how it leaks when you press down on it? You can see that you're going to get it pretty, hopefully that didn't leak too much. But you've got to be a little bit careful when with your momentum. Mine need, I think, refilling all the way around. They don't feel inked all the way around. So I'm coming over here, putting this down. That's not too bad. Okay, so this is a bit bigger house, and I still like from our home sweet home, I still like that little saying that I used on our first one, which I think I'll just use on our second one as well. So I'm just going to clean that off. And also off my fingers. Okay, so let's colour this one. So let's start with our crumb cake. And I'm going to use the point end because I want to, we've got lots of little bits that we have to get our brush into. So let's come in here. You could do this in greys as well if you wanted to. Okay, so just all the blues. Just depends what colour you want to use. I'm just using what's in front of me this morning. As I haven't unpacked everything yet from the weekend. Okay, so I'm just going to come down here on the stairs. Come down here on these stairs. And down on these stairs. So you can sort of see I've done the stairs. Come in here on this house. On the roof area. Who's got this stamp set? Tell me in the comments. Have you got the, what's it called again? From Our Home. Now, this is just a new one out on the online exclusive. So this is one that you'll be able to purchase now as a customer. Okay, so really lovely. So I'm going to sort of divide this up a little bit because we've got a little bit of wood in here. I'm going to add a little bit of wood in here. A little bit in here and down our walls. In this section here and down here as well. Okay, so then you can sort of work out how you're going to do the rest. It looks like it's got a bit of bay windows in there, so I might go with the nice light pink. So this is the dark petal pink, and I think I'll bring that in on our bay windows here and on our wall just in here. So it's a nice light pinky colour. I think that's okay for the walls. And you sort of can work out whether you want to do it on all three the same, or you can come in with the blue, the petal pool party I mean, on the second one. And then you can come in with a light, maybe a soft sea foam or something, that nice soft green. You probably want a light colour. Sometimes it's hard to even see exactly where you want the colour. And I might come in with soft sea foam green, which is a nice light green on this one here. And I'm going to come in with the other end. It's just a bit easier to have control of the smaller end. So tell me, what's everyone up to today? What are your plans? How's everyone organised for Christmas? I know I'm not this year, but getting there. Okay, we'll put this bit in here. Put this bit in here. Get the blue one back out. And put that in here. you can come in and do a second coat, which will make it a little bit darker. Okay, and then you can, once you've coloured it, you can come in with your brown and you can add where you want to add that little bit of brown around, also around the doorways. You might want a blue door on the pink. Oh, bring in a blue door on this one, and you might want some blue in on the window. The same with over here. Just colour whatever colour you use, having your colours. Okay, and you can just keep adding that brown on the bits that where you want the brown. So you can sort of come through and just add a little bit down on the window ledges. Okay, once you sort of get it worked out, you can just colour it where you want. Okay, now we're just going to do the trees this time. I've decided to go with lemon lime twist. Who likes that colour? That's cute colour. So we're going to come in here on a lighter green this time. And bring it in here as well. And bring in a little bit of green in here. Bit of grassy patchy. Always extend it out just a little bit, just so that it doesn't look like the house is just sitting right there. Bit of a garage. Okay, now this piece is going to go on here, in here, which is going to fit perfectly in there, so that's good. It's not too bad. Slide it around to where you want it. Okay, now like I said, I like my card going this way because then when you actually pop this on, you can see it's going to stand up really well. So I'm going to pop this one on here. Like I said, you can use dimensions if you want to raise it up. But if you're going to put it through the post, sometimes it's just easier to have it a little bit flatter. So line it up so that you've got that nice border all the way around it. And then we can come in with our early espresso. Now you've got Home Sweet Home on this, so you can put it into the middle if you want to, or over to the edge so you can put some bling on it, which I'm going to put a little bit of bling on mine. And get some, these are really gorgeous, the rhinestones, they're just beautiful because I love that you can just colour them with your blenders. Okay, so I'm just going to add blue, Pool Party. Be gentle when you're doing it or you'll cut the edge of your pen. But if you've got old ones, that are really worn out, you can use them and press pretty hard, because you'll find that there's still plenty of ink in there, and you can just bring that up to pushing down it harder as you like. But when they're actually not, you want to be a little bit more mindful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, home sweet home. Whoop, over it goes. And then you can bring in a dimension behind the back of that. I'm going to bring in 4 because I want them to be pretty well sitting up quite nice, so it doesn't sink. So take the backs off them. And then we just got to put a white insert, but I want to also show you doing the envelope to match it today as well. We still have a little bit of time. So home sweet home is just going up into this corner. We bring a white insert into the middle. So we'll just grab white. And that is going to be 14. And this is how we end up with our scraps. 14 by 10. We always end up with a lot, and especially with our designer series paper as well as our cardstock. Okay. Now sometimes you end up with a bigger piece of designer series paper, and you think, oh, what am I going to do with it? There's not a lot that I can do with that strip or whatever. You're not too sure what to do with it. So let's put that there for a minute. Let's just go over here and do our envelope. And I find this really, really lovely to do as well. So just put the ink on the back of your envelope. Try to bring it up on a thin line on that fold line, so you've got adhesive on it, and come down and around, because you don't want it to rip off in the post, so you want it as much as you can, as close to the edge but thin. Okay, so you don't want it really thick around the edge. And then just put some in the middle. Then work out which way you want your paper to go and slide it up to that. Slide it up to your fold. Make sure it's right folded up. Okay, once it's right on the edge, you can just turn it over and then trim this to your envelope. It's very quick, but it's very effective when you want to make a card and an envelope to match. So you've got that nice flap on there, and it goes so well with our card. Hi everyone. Hi Teresa. Good to see you on. So there's one with our scraps, and this is the one we did Crafty Monday. How cool are they? Just using up little scraps that we've had, strips, mainly little strips, you know, these tiny little strips that you get. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you over on Technique class for another class with scraps. See you then. Bye for now.